Ustaz, we do have some important announcements. First of all, we've been sending these messages through our WhatsApp group that we need volunteers to come forward. This is the time, if you would like to do something for the masjid, please come forward. We have 5 secretaries position and also the chairmen of the many committees we've been mentioning. The construction committee, there's a Sunday school committee, and all the other committees. Please come forward and join the team. We have seen the people in the past just sitting behind and watching. I mean, they want to do something, but somehow they feel hesitated. So this is the time, please come forward and join and become a part of the Masjid Aqsa's management. Also, we're going to have a bake sale outside after the second and the third salah today. The funding is going to be going towards the events we have in the masjid and also towards the earthquake victims of Syria and Turkey. So please go and participate in that and help us out in here, inshallah. And as you all know, that there's a Black History Month is going on. This February is the month of Black History. Regarding that matter, we're going to have a family night Saturday, February 25th. There's going to be different activities, inshallah, around the masjid. Bring your families, bring your friends, and especially bring your kids, inshallah. They're going to have a good time. Last but not least, remember all those brothers and sisters who passed away. May Allah give them maghfirah, and all those brothers and sisters who are sick, may Allah give them a speedy recovery. Especially Brother Mukeet have called, one of his relatives passed away today. So please remember in the dua. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول حي على الصلاة حي على حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد إن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. We always begin by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sending peace and blessings to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I recited from the beginning of Surah Al-Isra, and as we open and we say kullu bidatin dalala, in that same context, in the tradition of Islam, there are certain events which are known through Quran and Hadith, but their dates are contentious. The dates are not for certain that this happened in this month. But because the term bid'ah is used, we also start ignoring the event totally. And there is no discussion, there is no lesson learned from those events. And you must have realized by now that I'm trying to refer to the heavenly journey of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And if you're part of these different WhatsApp groups, depending on what group you are part of, you will see messages coming in for and against. And we are all caught up in this struggle to prove other person wrong instead of focusing on what happened and what are the lessons that we derive from this. Just as I've seen numerous times that if you start sending more salam, then in certain parts of the world they attach you to a certain specific group. Why are you sending so much salam? Why are you sending every time Allahumma salli ala Muhammad? Because it is now attached, because that group does it a lot, therefore you are part of that group. So what we do, we throw away the benefit of that dhikr and we only try to put that person in that bin. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opens Surah Al-Isra by saying, Subhanallazi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praises himself. That means this event is not humanly possible. What is impossible for us is possible for Allah. And that is why we call him Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not limited by time and space, not physical laws. He just says what? Kun fayakun. And so we see that this journey, that at that time there were kuffar who started making fun out of it, and they were absolutely sure that Abu Bakr as-Siddiq will now renounce his friendship, will not renounce his faith, because this is basically something that nobody can believe. And we know why he is then given the laqab of as-Siddiq, because when the kuffar came to Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, and they told him the story, look what your friend is saying, then he said, if he is saying that, then he is saying the truth. That the Nabi ﷺ said that he is a Siddiq. And this entire religion is based on that information that we are getting from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even this Quran, even the Wahi, he was reading these ayat and there were katibin of Wahi who were writing it down. To believe in the Risala is compulsory to then believe in everything that we hold now. This was a miracle, the journey. A bigger miracle is in my hand. This is a bigger miracle. Al-Quran that we have with us. There are so many studies done from all aspects of human civilization. You bring science, technology, you bring human psychology, everything that you bring to it, you will find new things. And that's why there are people who are spending their ages, entire lives, to understand what the message is. And who carried this message? Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And when we read the seerah, we find that this particular incident, and that's why in the beginning I said, I'm not about, okay, this month, of course this month is already part of the 4 months. You know the 4 sacred months, Zil-Qa'dah, Zil-Hajj, Muharram, those 3 combined, and then this month of Rajab. These are sacred. This is an ayah in Quran which says that these are the sacred months. There should not be any fight in this. Meaning these are the months where you should increase your ibadah. But there is no proven act of ibadah in this. So therefore, let's forget about this bid'ah discussion. But most of the historians who have written based on chronological records, most agree that this was the month that this event took place. But let's look at the event itself, forgetting about the date. The Nabi Sallallahu is facing lots of hardships already. And then in the 10th year, he loses the main support. His uncle passes away. And a few days later, his beloved wife, Khadija radiallahu anha, she passes away. Now imagine Abu Talib, who took care of him and he faced all the difficulties that he faced. He was in the shop with Abu Talib for 3 years. They were eating leaves. They were eating leaves. We talk about our lives and difficulties. Just go back into time and think about those times. That they're eating leaves just to survive. And after all of that, Inna ma'al usri yusra. But Nabi's test is harder. He has already spent 3 years there, and now he loses Abu Talib, then he loses his beloved wife, and she gave everything for this thing. So see the role of women here too. But now we go on. He goes to Taif. And if you read that story, it brings tears to your eyes. He's not doing this for fame, to have followers, 1 million followers, 2 million followers. This is the target these days. Who is more popular? He did not want to be popular. He knew that he was given a task, that an angel comes and tells him what to do, to spread this deen that we got for free. To spread this deen, he was looking for a place of support. And he found after 10 years that Makkah is not going to be the support place. So he went to Taif. We know the story. And even after that, he was making dua for them. And now this was the ultimate test. And now he needed a gift. So that his yaqeen is at a level of seeing. Nobody has seen Jannah. Nobody has seen Jahannam. Except with this gift that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that he granted him the visit to all the way to Sidratul Muntaha. Where do we find Sidratul Muntaha? This is Surah Najm. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم والنجم إذا هوى ما ضل صاحبكم وما غوى وما ينطق عن الهوى إن هو إلا وحي يوحى علمه شديد القوى ذو مرة فاستوى وهو بالأفق الأعلى ثم دنا فتدلى فكان قاب قوسين أو أدنى فأوحى إلى عبده ما أوحى ما كذب الفؤاد ما رأى أفتمارونه على ما يرى ولقد رآه نزلة أخرى عند سدرة المنتهى عندها جنة المأوى إذ يغشى السدرة ما يغشى ما زاغ البصر وما طغى لقد رأى من آيات ربه الكبرى. We saw the same ayah or similar ayah in Surah Al-Isra in the beginning. لِنُرِيَهُ مِنْ آيَاتِنَا. So that we can show him are signs. In Surah Najm also it says the same thing. لَقَدْ رَأَى, he saw, لَقَدْ رَأَى مِنْ آيَاتِ رَبِّهِ الْكُبْرَى. If you open the books of Bukhari and Muslim, there are at least 20 Sahaba that narrate, and these are long, very long ahadith, the whole story. But the bottom line of that is that this was a gift to increase the iman of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to the level that he saw these things. Then he came back. We wish that those who pass away, and if they are going to Al-Illiyin, that they are seeing the welcome from the angels, that at least they could come in our dream and just tell us that they are in a happy place. We dream for that. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed our Nabi to come back after seeing that, and then giving us the glad news that if you do these things, then inshallah these are the gifts waiting for you. May Allah make all of us sitting here and our relatives and our post generation to be as family in there, together. That he saw with his own eyes. So imagine the level of yaqeen that he had after coming back. And why was this? Because he faced so much persecution that even in some parts of Quran it says that sometimes the difficulties are so much, even the Rasul of the time looks for Mata Nasrullah. This is an ayah in Quran. Hardships after hardships, that even not just the people, the Nabi also starts looking for help. And this is where Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was taken to show that this is what is being promised to you is real, in front of you. The lesson is important, not the details. You know, it's called Al-Asra wal-Ma'raj. The description is there in a hadith. He went from Al-Makkah to Baitul Maqdis. He could have gone straight from Makkah to the heavens. The lesson for us is, do not forget Baitul Maqdis. This is the land of Anbiya. This is the land of Anbiya. Quran testifies that this is a land, Barakna Hawlahu. We have blessed this land. So temporary, this dunya is temporary. Everything is temporary. What is happening right now is also temporary. This land belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And every piece on this land on earth should be raising the kalima of Allahu Akbar. That this is Allah's land. He is Al-Halim, that's why He is allowing us to live our life the way we are living. If He wants, He can crash all of us. No time. We are no better than our brothers in Turkey and in Syria. We are not holding this earth stable. There's nothing we are going to keep this earth stable. We have not done anything special to be deserving of safety. But that's where we need to go back and see. The land of Baitul Maqdis should be in our dua. That this is the land the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was taken to. He was the Imam of all the Anbiya. That's why we have the title Imam al-Anbiya. He led Salah. And then he had, when he was going up in Ma'raj basically is a ladder, is like going up. He is going through different levels of skies. And through each level, before he enters, and he's with Jibreel, who is the leader of all the angels, but still there is a protocol. They are not opening the doors. So there are doors. Meaning you have to have a certain password to go through it. And then every time he's asked who's with you, and Jibreel as-salam will tell that this is the Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then they will open the door and greet them, the angels of those, until the time he reaches Sidratul Muntaha. And these ayat in Surah Najm, مَا زَاغَ الْبَصَرُ وَمَا طَغَى لَقَدْ رَأَى مِنْ آيَاتِ رَبِّهِ الْكُبْرَى. These are the signs, the big signs, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let him see what will be the punishment of those who take interest. What will be the punishment of those who are negligent in the duties that are so clearly defined in Quran and Hadith. Those are scary scenes. But at the same time, those who are believing in the promises of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what is saved for them, he was shown those things. He saw at Sidratul Muntaha, he saw 4 lakes or rivers flowing. He saw all the beauties of Jannah. And inshallah, that is what we are hoping for in the Radha of Allah. The reason we are gathered together here is also we are letting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala know that we are trying to work on our deen. We are trying. We are weak. In the moment we will falter. There will be moments where we will not be able to act upon the knowledge we have. It will happen. But Allah is Al-Ghafur Ar-Rahim. Every time that happens, we should be like Adam alayhi salam. Ya Allah, I made a mistake again. I can hide all of the sins that I have done from the entire world, but not from Allah. I'll be the foolish person if I'm not doing istighfar. So that is the first thing that we get from this. We need to read these descriptions. Quran also gives some descriptions, but hadith go more into details. Not just about Jannah, but also about the end of times. As soon as the earthquake happened, you started seeing hadith about the end of times and the zalazil will increase. We know these are hadith. But are we ready to go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if the time is today? Coming to Jummah and listening to khutbah should not be a ritual. It should be, the intention should be, oh Allah, I'm here. From now on, whatever I have done, forgive me and help me act on the knowledge that I already have. That I already know what I'm supposed to do. If I'm doing something and I know in my heart that that thing is wrong, give me the courage to start doing that, even if it is slowly. But put me on that path so that I slowly but gradually go towards eliminating that evil from my life. That coming together, there has to be a purpose. And we know during this heavenly visit, what is that? The most important thing that was given? As-salah. It was not prescribed before. And we know the story, we were given 50 salah, and every time Musa alayhi salam would say, I know how humans behave. He knew how Bani Israel, and Bani Israel were Muslims. And when Isa alayhi salam was there, they were Muslims. When we call them Jews and Christian, these are later names. When Musa alayhi salam was there with the Jews, they were Muslims. Ibrahim alayhi salam was a Muslim. It's in the Quran. So they were Muslims of that time. Christians were the Muslims of that time and now this time. And when we look at this gift that is given to us, Nabi Sallam called it Qurratu Ayni. That when we come to Salah, we should not be burdened to come to Salah. It's like I'm trying to give a favor to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If I'm here in Fajr, it's a big deal. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should be thankful to me, na'uzubillah. I have done something great, so this is for me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, this salah, you should come to the salah as this is the most cherished gift that you have. Nabi Sallam said, this is the mi'raj of mu'min in some ahadith. And why it is the mi'raj? Nabi Sallam went up there to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and every salah is a meeting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is our own, whenever we are standing in salah and thinking about Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that we should always remember that this is a moment that I'm going to start a meeting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if I'm not consistent in my salah, that from now I will be consistent. Because if the time is up, we will regret that we were not punctual in salah when it is too late. That's the lesson that we derive from this. Inna ma'al usri yusran. Whenever there is difficulty, there will be ease. We saw in the life of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And the next thing is as-salah. There's nothing greater than salah, because this is the only ibadah that is given when Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Others, zakah and hajj, were given on earth. This is the only ibadah that was given during this visit, the 5 times. And even 5 times sometimes becomes difficult. Imagine 50. But there was another promise that if your ummah does 5 times, it will be counted as 50. 1 equals 10. So we should make an effort for ourselves, for our own nafs, that we make sure that we are praying our 5 times fard salah. We sometimes get involved into doing other nawafil more than the faraid. A priority list goes upside down. Fard is the most important. If that is happening, inshallah, other nawafil will add to it. But that is the most important thing. And finally, in this trip, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was given a third thing, which was this ummah will be forgiven as long as they do not meet me and they were doing shirk. And shirk is what? First and foremost, I should not be worshipping my own heart. I should not be worshipping my own heart. That is the biggest challenge. Worshipping idols on the outside, having all these superstitious beliefs, that's a separate thing. But the shirk of this time is, what is that small ayah? Have you seen a person who has made ilah his own hawa? Hawa meaning his own desires. So there has to be a need to control those desires. Whenever we discuss these rewards of Jannah, and this, especially this trip of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, think about that he did all of these efforts for us. And so therefore we need to increase our efforts so that we become deserving of seeing him on that day, inshallah. He was shown the Kawthar. Kawthar is when on that day he will give water from that hawd to the ummati, to all of us, inshallah. That day will come. And that is the challenge. Living in this physical world, but believing every single word in Quran, and then acting upon it with faith. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين واستغفروا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. أستغفر الله ربي من كل ذنب وأتوب إليه. أستغفر الله ربي. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. قال الله تعالى في القرآن العظيم: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. عباد الله رحمكم الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. وأقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Please make sure your lines are straight. Keep the lines straight. It's an important part of Salah. Keep your lines straight. Keep your heels on the line so the lines are straight. استووا واستقيموا. الله أكبر. سبحانك بحمدك اسمي وتعالى إنك من الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.